closets.
It was the gym that defined the physical goals for our first guest today, but it was his mental toughness that helped him defy the age on his ID.
You may remember when we first introduced you to Ira Kasdan 2 years ago. At 72 years old, he went to the gym 5 days a week, and you see this here, he deadlifted 500 pounds. He told us he won't let the fear of getting hurt stop his determination.
Now the weightlifter has turned into an author. Upgrade Your Life is a practical handbook for leading a healthy, successful, and less stressful life. And we're so happy to welcome back Ira Kasdan. Ira, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here.
It's nice to see you. You have put all of that knowledge, that life experience into this book. What did you want it to be when you wrote it?
I wanted it to be a gift for my children, to be honest. My wife and I collectively have 3 adult children. 2 are in their 30s, one's in their 40s. Like everybody today, they're stressed, they're busy, they're overwhelmed with information. And I think like a lot of people today, they kind of feel stuck.
Yeah.
They'd like things to be different, better, more satisfying. They'd like to have more fun, more money. And they can't figure out how to get there. And so I have been kind of a student of what I'd call performance improvement. How do people get better at getting the results they want? And I have looked at that for 61 years in the gym, 40 years in my career, and it actually started about 4 years ago. I kept a little collection of ahas, insights. This works, that works, this doesn't work if you don't do it. Anyhow, and I had a laundry list on my phone of all these ideas. Wow. and best practices for getting the results you want. I wasn't sure what to do with them, and then I realized, gosh, I'd love to give these to my kids. I'm not always going to be around. My wife won't always be around to give them guidance. So we've kind of shrink wrapped it in the book, made it simple, easy to absorb, so I can give them the guidance, wow, which I already have, and whether I'm here or whether I'm not, when they need it and they're ready to accept it, they can pick it up and do something with it.
That's amazing.
And it is easy to absorb because you have short chapters all the way throughout. What are some of the main points? What were some of your favorite chapters that you hope people really resonate?
You know, I was afraid you were going to ask me about favorite chapters, because there's 50 chapters in the book, and so many of them are important and meaningful to me. You know, the first chapter in the book is about treating time like it's precious and limited. You know, you can buy more of most of the things you want, but you can't buy more time. And every morning when you get up, you have less time than you did the day before. Your life is going to run out at some point, and you don't want it to be sobering and somber, but you want to use the time you've got really well, make smart decisions. Everybody has a bucket list. We talk of things they want to do while they're here. We talk in the book about having a reverse bucket list. What are some of the things that you need to take off your list that really aren't that important, that aren't that valuable, so you can do something that's more meaningful, that's going to mean more to you, more to your loved ones?
One of the things that struck me is that you have an assessment that readers can take before you even read the book. It's very easy. We did it to kind of see the areas in your life where maybe you can improve and be less stagnant. When I took mine, it showed that I have strengths, like I thrive under pressure, I know my potential, some other strengths, but the one that got me like a dagger in the heart was that relationships. I'm not great. I'm not doing the best I can in my relationships. That's hard to hear. How can we improve our relationships? And also, really quickly, I was surprised because I think I have a good marriage. My husband and I love each other. Why does it say that I'm not doing well?
Well, first of all, and this is an assumption, I assume you're really busy. Is that true?
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things that happens is we say, I love the people I care about in my life. They love me. Everything's good. So I don't have to pay constant attention to them. And it's true, you don't have to pay constant attention, but you do have to pay some attention, right? And so when we're busy, it's easy not to have talked to somebody for a long time, not to have remembered a birthday, an anniversary, a key family event, a graduation of one of their kids. Anyhow, it's easy to miss things. And we say in the book that relationships don't just stay like this. They get better, they get worse, but they don't just stay the same. So what you have to decide is it important enough to me to check in every now and then and not let busyness be a barrier? And then just one other thing I wanted to be sure to say, a big point in the book is that what changes lives, we think it's big decisions, cataclysmic moments that change lives, and it's really not. It's little decisions, it's everyday choices. I'm going to do this instead of that. I'm going to make a mistake. Am I going to make that feel bad about me or bad about myself? Or am I going to say that's information so I can do better next time? It's all how you look at things, how you think about things, and how intentional you are. You don't have to change who you are to change your life.
Wow. I like it. There's so much about perspective. So among some of the things in my assessment, the worst section was value and build wealth. So were there just little things along the way that we can do? Because it's hard when something feels daunting for us.
Well, first of all, again, you don't have to change who you are. You don't have to change your personality. You don't have to reshape your whole life. It's small little choices that can make a difference. When you talk about this whole notion of building wealth and being better compensated for what you do, you know, I think my dad told me that life was all about a full day's work for a full day's pay. But you think about people who do really well in life, who get really wealthy, is that how they work? They actually get paid for results and they get paid for value. And so people aren't going to stand up for your value more than you do. So you have to decide, what are the results I create? What's the value I create, and what's that worth? If you're only what we call in the book trading time for money, there's only so many hours in a day, there's only so often you can work, but if you're creating value, there's no ceiling.
It's up to us to, as the book says, upgrade your life.
Yes, Ira, thank you.
Thank you so much. And again, you can grab a copy of his book, Upgrade Your Life, which is available for purchase today.